Well, welcome back to Disabled and Prepping, and today is Medfill Day. Um, I kind of do one ahead of time because otherwise I can't really get it on the 1st. So my one for September just aired. So we're going to be doing one for October. So I do have to put my patch on. So we will do that real quick because I got to take the other one off. And this is for my, it's a patch that they use for Tourette's actually. But I have some traits of that, I guess, according to my doctor, but not enough to put it on my chart. But she thinks it helps also with my movement disorder. So not we, she doesn't take it, I do, been using it for that, and then in a few days I'll put a cover patch over it because it lifts on me. So that is done. I have to switch arms each week, and it is a weekly patch. So, anyways, my nose tickles, which is kind of funny that I have the allergy pill and my nose tickles. So we're going to put allergy meds in each one. I don't have enough vitamin D right now, and I can't get this set up high enough. Alright, well, anyways, so I know some of you fill your meds weekly, and some of you fill your meds monthly. I have probably said this before, but I found it very hard. Sorry, there's a hair, and I don't want to have it put it in my medicine, so when I pour my medicine in my mouth, I don't want to end up having a hair in there. I found that it was just much easier. Come on out of there. Much easier for me to do them monthly, and that way I don't forget to fill the med thing, or sometimes I would forget if I've half filled it or what, or if I took my meds. It was just crazy. So I've tried everything. I've even one time put taped my medicine for the day. Of course, I had a lot less than that at the time, but I taped them onto my watch, and then I found out by the end of the day I still had them on my watch, and I was like, well, that plan didn't work very well. So yeah, that didn't work. So I kept trying to figure out different plans. I had a reminder set on the phone, and it would beep, and then I would turn it off, and then something would happen, like a phone call or something, and I would completely forget that I did not go and take my meds. So I just find that having them all set for a month, I know that if it's the 3rd and there's pills in the 2nd one, that I did not take it. So it just works better for me. And I have also started taking them at the same time every day, and I have worked it out with my doctor that all of my pills get taken at one time, so that way, because I also was not good at multiple times a day, I just would forget to do it. So yeah, and then I also had at that time also had Walgreens, and Walgreens would be like, we decided to shelf your medication because we think you're getting them too often. And I'm like, I'm on Medicare and Medicaid, I can't get them too often. Like, what are you talking about? You know, so then I would find out later, after my doctor would do my lab tests and everything, that my labs were off and everything, and she would lecture me about taking my meds, and I'm like, I have been taking my meds. All of them that I have, I take. And then we would find out later that when my insurance would do a yearly med review, that I wasn't taking like 1 or 2 of them, and it would be because Walgreens did what they did. They just, and if I don't have them, I don't really remember that I'm supposed to have them. So if I skip them long enough, I completely forget that I need to take them. And I'll have to refill this one to finish up. So this is my magnesium that I take. So I'll have to fill that because currently the tote is over there, and I don't want to stop the video and go back because I'm having a hard enough time with memory on my phone. So I think I solved it for a little bit. I don't know. But well, by the time you see this, it will have already been solved. But yeah, it's kind of a little pain in the butt right now. And sometimes my if you see me looking up and kind of just looking at the thing funny, it's because I'm trying to see if it's still working. Because of the lack of space, it stops and then starts another little video, and then I gotta figure out how to hook them together, because without the proper amount of space, it won't let me do that either. So, but by the time you see this, it will have already been solved, hopefully. Fingers crossed. I'm pretty sure it will be. And I also want to take this time to thank all of you that went to the community tab and voted, because it's currently, right now, while I'm filming it, was the day that I posted whether the Roku or Fire Stick. I talked to a friend's son. I think he's about my age, but he's really into tech, and I forgot that he is really good at that and knows exactly what is what. So he said that probably should go with Fire Stick because he doesn't think Roku is going to last very long, seeing that Amazon is trying to dominate the world, I guess. His words, not mine. But I can see what he means by that. So and my parents were kind of going towards Roku, but they have both, so, and I don't understand why they have both. My mom says it's something to do with Roku gives them live TV, but with the Fire Stick, I saw that it gives live TV too, so I don't know. Well, whatever. All that stuff is, I used to be really good with tech and computers and things like that, but like they say, if you don't use it, you lose it, and I have kind of lost that ability to be as good as I was with it. So, and then I forgot that he was so good at it. But anyway, so we're still debating on that, but by the time you see this video, I will have decided on one, and you will probably know already which one that will be because I will post it. Sorry for not looking up so much. I do try to look up to see if it's still recording, because I could see that too, where all of a sudden it would just stop on me. I hope that doesn't happen. But once I get my solutions in the mail, I should not have a problem with that in the future. So it's just temporarily right now that I have an issue. Where's this one? Oh, okay. These pills look kind of similar, except for these are super light. they feel like they're full of air, but they also are very sensitive to moisture in the air. Oh man. Let me dump these. I accidentally dropped 2 of them in here. And seeing that they're a diabetes med, that would not be good. I would crash really bad. So, can't do that. That would not be good. So anyway, I don't know if I told you guys or not, or if it's coming out in video, but I have a new dechoker. It's the push button one. I think I showed it to you and said that I would be possibly doing that one, and I did. It seems to be the easiest. One review said that the lady could not, she was an elderly lady I guess, and could not push the plunger down to reset to do it again, but the actual device said to use a hard surface to reset it if you need to. And that's what I kind of planned on doing after reading that one comment about it. I'm going to set that outside because I need to make sure that the pharmacy sends me more of that, which I'm sure they will by the end of the month. End of next, yeah, the end of this month, because this is for this month, but I'm filming me. Anyway, my ring wasn't charged enough to make it all the way through the night, so I don't know if I had an episode, but I kind of have like scrambled egg brain, so that's usually my sign that I did have one during the night. Let's see if I can find something to grab that one out. Oh, man. These things are so tiny. Oh, it fell all the way down. Alright, there we go. When in doubt, dump them on the bed and then push the rest of them back in. There we go. So, boy. Okay, that one. I hate when I stop these things because I forget where I left off. Anyway, what else can I talk about real quick? I really don't know. There's not much going on in my little life right now. Except for the new TV, which you all know about. And I should really keep either going this way or go this way and stop doing both, because it confuses me. And then I don't know where I left off or where I started or what I did and blah blah blah. So anyways, yeah, I don't really know what to talk about much. On the next one, do you guys have any ideas on what I should talk about? If so, leave them in the comments below. If you want to hear about anything, if I feel like I can answer those, I will leave those and I will talk about them in the next. I'll answer those questions in the next one. I don't really know what to talk about, and if I'm going to do these like this, I probably should talk about something. So instead of just, blah 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 and this and that and blah blah blah. So, and using the word so many times. But let's see what else. looking forward to this winter. I don't think anybody would if they got stuck inside as long as I do. But it is something that I can't control. So I just have to deal with it whether or not I like it or not. It's not as easy in this apartment building as it was in the other apartment building because they have all that stuff downstairs at the old one. And I could play pool, or I could go play foosball or work out. Not that I worked out a whole lot. But I would mess around once in a while on the treadmill or the elliptical bike. But oh, I got a question for y'all. Any of those that have like a treadmill or go on a treadmill very often, or if even just tried it. The question I have is, do you have a hard time walking on that thing too? I have to hold on. I cannot walk without holding on because my brain is like, we're not moving, and so I end up boop off of it because I don't know. It's just something. But if I'm holding on, I can walk just fine on it. But as soon as I let go, it's like my brain forgets that it keeps I keep walking, but not enough to stay on it, I guess. I don't know. It's so weird. I'm just a very weird person, I guess. So, but yeah, I can't walk on them without holding on. And it's like I gotta hold on for like dear life, because otherwise my body or brain doesn't think I have to keep walking or something. I don't know. So I haven't like zipped off the end of it, but which I'm actually kind of surprised. But it gets kind of close to the point where it's like, I don't know, my body just doesn't think I gotta keep walking or something. I don't know, it's very weird. But I think I've talked to you about this before, but I've been really, really, really wanting to do the nomad life. Get out of these horrible situation apartment things. But then again, the other apartment that I would like to move to is a lot better. But I have to wait here until I have enough money saved up for it before I can move. So, yeah, I think I mentioned this before on one of these because I'm saving up all of my YouTube revenue and anything that comes in through YouTube to like go towards that moving fund to hopefully get out of here sooner. But so it's going to take some time. I think possibly maybe another year or two. I don't know if I can handle it that long. But this year went kind of pretty fast. Alright, I can take that down now. And then not permanently, like probably not. I don't know. I hear once you try it and you get the hang of it, it's like something that you constantly want to keep doing. And I've always wanted to move all the time, although I never did because of leases and things like that or whatever. And I never had a very big vehicle for it. I always had little cars. I think my Chevy Malibu, my first car, was probably the biggest car I had. But still not really suitable for that kind of life. And I know my family is kind of like, don't do it, because technically you're considered homeless, but you're really not. You're just houseless. you're trading the stick and bricks for a vehicle. And that way, I was thinking, because if I do that, if I can figure out a way to do that, I can be out of, I wouldn't be stuck in the apartment, you know, during the 6 to 8 months that I get stuck inside. I could be out roaming around and in weather where I'm not cold, it's not triggering. And that would also open up fresher vegetables and fruits and fresher food all year round instead of just during the summer. So, I mean, yeah, I would still have my base supplies with, you know, the dried goods, but I would have, not being stuck inside would mean that I could go somewhere like, say, Arizona, you know, where the weather, they don't get snow, you know. Well, they do a little bit once in a while. Depends on where you are. But like I'm saying, like, it's not going to be like Wisconsin. And I could be in a different area when they have snow. I could be in the, you know, the lower elevations or whatever, and not have to worry about it. I can be out and about. I wouldn't be stuck inside. And this year, with the weather the way it was so hot that I couldn't even go out and about very much because it was just so hot, and the power chair is kind of slow. I mean, yeah, it does have a fast mode, but we're talking sidewalks, so if you put it on a fast mode on a sidewalk, you're like, oh, like that, and I end up with a migraine by the time I get back, and, you know, the base of my head here is hurting like crazy, and so, you know, it's not very, like, you can just put it in high gear and just zoom to where you need to and zoom back. It's a little bit slower. So, and, you know, 4 miles an hour kind of sounds kind of pretty fast, but when you're going 4 miles an hour down a sidewalk, it's still pretty bumpy. And so with this heat on top of that, that's going pretty slow with all the heat that we've had. And then when it wasn't really hot, it was raining. So I just really couldn't do anything that I wanted to really do this year. And I know sometimes fishing is really good during the rain, but I can't have my power chair out in the rain. So that's not good. And being in the hot sun when you can't regulate your body temperatures is not good, because I can overheat very easily. So I don't know, if I could get out and do more, that would be great. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. But then again, I'm saving up for a move, so it's like, it's either a move or a car, and I figure a move would be better right now, and then put the same money that I'm using now for the move, I would just keep saving that for maybe a vehicle or something, and then maybe I can get out for a little bit more. I don't know. It's a thought I've been kicking around for a long time. So, anyways, we're set for the month. Again, if there's any, I got the hiccups, I'm sorry. Again, if there's any questions, leave them in the comments below. And we have gotten in, well, our channel, my channel, and all of you lovely community members. We've gotten some new community members lately. So I'd like to welcome you to my channel. I'm sorry doing this, I tend to look at the pill bottle container more than the video. So, sorry about that. But gotta keep an eye on where I'm putting those pills for the month, otherwise I'll mess it all up and have a big problem. So, anyways, I don't really know what else to talk about, and I'm getting really warm in here because I turned off the fan so you guys could hear me better. Because I know it does kind of mess with the audio, and I know that you guys are like, it's okay, we can still hear you, but every now and then I have somebody that goes, I couldn't hear what you said. So, I turned it off. But now I'm really getting warm. It's like 73 or 4 or something like that in here now. So, oh, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but these things here, those magnesium patches, I don't think they did a thing at all. So if you're into or you need to take magnesium supplements, don't try these. They're a waste of time and effort. So yeah, I don't know. I already filled this for the month. Those are my mood gummies. And then I got my pills all ready for this month. So the only thing I have to add is I have one for today, which is a Monday, so I have one in there, but I have to get more vitamin D, and I have to refill my magnesium, so I have to get that out of the tote over there. But other than that, I think I'm done. So anyways, if you have any questions for next time, or whatever, you want to hear an answer to things or whatever, just not too personal, please. And that's for like anybody that's new, because I know my subscribers, which I call community members, for all of you that are new, are really good. So most of the time when I do the warnings, they're just for anybody that happens to be new on here. So anyways, I'm gonna let you go, and I'm gonna say goodbye for now. And may God bless each and every one of you to overflowing, and may He keep you, your friends, and family safe. Bye for now, and we'll see you next time.